hot and sexy and ready to rock.
We were not talking about some secret shit right before this.
Do an intro, Hasan.
What's up, everybody? We're live. We're back. It's Fear and the full cast is here. We got Will here. He couldn't make it on last week's episode because he was getting the most Draco Malfoy cut I've ever seen in my entire life. That's not the real reason. He was in OTK's Camp Canute.
That's right.
But we're back. Full cast is here, and we have a wonderful guest today. Ted.
You haven't made it to a single episode yet.
Ted.
The last member of our permanent crew.
No, you guys told me to be part of this.
Why are you waving like that?
Because he was introducing me.
Ted
I don't know.
Nivison.
They're not even like in sync with each other.
Ted Nivison. How do you say it? I said it. You say it now.
I say Nivison.
Yeah, it's way closer than Hasan has ever
Ted
gotten.
Nivison.
Like, what is it? Is it like
Ted Niv?
Does my actual last name like offend you or something? Is there something?
What is it? How do you say it? Say it right
Nivison.
now. Ted Nivison.
I used to say Ted and Vision.
Ted and Vision.
Which was wrong.
I mean, that would be a pretty cool
That's
superhero
what I thought.
name.
Yeah.
I thought like you envision a brighter future.
Yeah, or like I'm a superhero that can only see the letter N and is like not able to see anything else.
That's the most racist superhero.
Yeah, that's a setup. That's
a racist superhero. Right
Is
there.
it really?
Yeah,
that's the only situation in which the letter N occurs.
Yes. Are you thinking about it right now?
His mind is destroyed.
Are you thinking about it right now? That's racism. We got him, boys. All right, we got another one. Let's go.
Fuck, man.
As you may have noticed, this is the Sleeves Off podcast, by the way. This is the Fear and podcast after dark.
You changed.
I did. I literally went upstairs, took my shirt off, looked at myself in the mirror a little bit. I was like, okay.
Can't let me have my Ryan Gosling shit.
Took one of the sniffed one of those ammonia packets.
No, the real reason.
Players.
Yeah. I did a couple push-ups, like not a big deal. No, I did it because I'm wearing the fucking Himbo Fitness merch. The Himbo Fitness merch that is probably going to be coming out by the time you see the podcast. Maybe not. I don't even fucking know. But I rarely ever do plugs, so I was just like, I might as well wear it on the podcast.
Nice.
You know?
That was an eloquent, plug.
Thank you.
I can see the money signs in your eyes.
I know. I was like, I can't wait. I love money so much. That's why
Porsches don't pay for themselves.
Exactly. That's why I, rarely ever do merch drops, even though people are fucking like coming to my house and being like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't do a merch drop.
Right.
Oh.
And that new Porsche that you got because of those merch drops, it's a nice one too.
Yeah, I got a second secret Porsche, unlocked, exposed.
I sweat all over it.
Yeah. That's the only Porsche I have. I thought you were trying to say I have a second Porsche.
Oh, really? Well, it's fairly new. I mean, like when I think about like when someone gets a car, like within yeah.
No, it is new. I thought you were doing that. Usually people like to slander me, so I just
Right.
thought you were doing that thing that everybody does.
I mean, it's just one of those things where I think I was viewing it from the perspective of like when someone buys a Porsche, that's like a pretty significant purchase. I'm not sure if that's something you're familiar with.
I went to Hustler U, and as soon as someone else drives your car, it's useless to you.
Right.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't let another woman drive your car. You wouldn't let another bro fuck your girl.
I had to catch myself the other day, because I,
you almost let a bro fuck your girl.
Well, no, I watched a little bit of Andrew Tate, and I was driving along, and I felt a vein pop out of my.
You started making sense.
My head because I saw like a woman driving, and I was like, "That does wait." Hold on,
it is weird.
That doesn't make.
Did you guys not get the memo? Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
That's what we're here to do, honestly. We're here to defend freedom of speech. We're here to talk about Andrew Tate. This is the Andrew Tate Defender podcast.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to move in.
The ATD.
Yeah, here. I mean, everybody put the glasses on.
Quick.
Oh, fuck. We don't have enough.
That was quick.
Oh, I might get sunglasses for you as well.
Here, pop your shirt off. I'll start rubbing your shoulders.
No shot. I'm
Come
not
on,
doing that.
just pop your shirt
I'm not
off.
that confident.
We'll do it at the end. We'll do it at the paywall content.
We'll do it on the paywall content, maybe. Here you go. You're not going to.
Oh, I got
one for you. Hold on.
I wear glasses.
Put them over.
Like, you just wanted me to do this? It's like, dude,
living in the future.
I've done this before though, because I don't know about you, but driving in LA at certain times, going down highways, I don't know if that one going towards Santa Monica, just
totally blind.
And so I have a pair of sunglasses, but I just never wear my contacts.
Say, Jesus, take the wheel.
Which one do you want? Do you want my mom's?
Yeah, I'll take your mom's.
All right.
Oh wow. Dude,
Something's in the way.
The hair, with the hair, you look perfect. Like the glasses fit perfectly with the hair. Honestly,
it's becoming sort of part of your brand too because of the Donna look as well.
Hello, everybody.
That's right.
Donna.
When did you discover that part of your register existed?
Yeah. I don't. So it's funny. That character is based on a grandmother of mine, a nanny we used to call Grandma Mary, and my own pair, Christine. But Grandma Mary actually sounded like this. And so I learned very early on that I could do a Grandma Mary.
That's fucking
And
awesome.
I loved Grandma Mary. She was one of those women who I always tell a story. I would go over there, and she'd be like, "Julia, you feeding this kid? What's going on?" And Julia, what are you doing? Yeah, my mom would be like, "I fed him like 15 minutes ago. He's still got a Happy Meal in his hand." She's like, "Look at his skin and bones. What are you leaving already?" "Yeah, we have to go. Give me 15 minutes. I'll make some meatballs." And she'd like make meatballs, and then my mom would be like, "All right, we really got to go." She's like, "There's no sauce. Joe, you gonna feed him some meatballs with no sauce? What are you, an animal? Give me an hour, I'll make some good sauce."
Talk about the first time you wore a dress, though.
Huh?
Talk about the first time you ever wore a dress, though.
First time I ever wore a dress?
Uh-huh. I mean, unless you don't want to, we can cut it.
I can't remember the first time I wore a dress.
I thought you were going to semester at sea. Okay.
That wasn't the first time.
Okay, well, I'll set the scene. Semester at sea. We're on a cruise. I'm not there. I'm Will Neff, okay?
I mean, this is some gender identity stuff. I had sex in drag. Well, I was in drag, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Really?
I felt very pretty.
Well, you are pretty.
No, I'm brutish.
Brutish?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I'm not proud.
You're brutish.
Oh, Ted.
Okay, you can't just like give him that and then not me anything. God damn, bro.
I mean, you got a pretty face, but then it's like, damn, you're gonna like fucking kill someone.
That makes me sad.
Well,
no, okay, but
let me explain.
But that's the truth. But that is the
explain.
truth. I'm a British person, and I always wanted to be
brutish
pretty.
in a good way, though. I guess brutish normally a bad word. I just haven't heard it before.
You don't like.
You know what I always think about when
it's
I
not
see
a positive
Hasan?
quality.
There's a line.
Okay. I'm sorry then. That's not how I meant
no,
that.
It's all good.
Hasan's whole person reminds me of this line from The Great Gatsby when he says that this one guy has a body that looks like it was made for violence.
But I'm not like
Daisy's.
that at all.
I think it's Daisy's husband or boyfriend. Like, yeah, he just looks like he was made to smash rocks and
Which ironically,
battle axe.
Yeah, like
which ironically I hate. I hate violence. I abhor it. I think it's awful.
Right.
I mean, I like watching violence. I just don't like participating in it. I've been in many fights. You know, I went to school in New Jersey. It's just like impossible
That's a
to.
prerequisite. In New Jersey.
It's impossible to avoid. If you've ever spent like any part of your life, adolescent, prepubescent, geriatric, like you're throwing hands.
Yeah.
Like people in New Jersey, old folks, those are probably throwing hands regularly after bingo night. Shit goes down. It's wild.
Well, yeah, when shit goes haywire in bingo, I mean.
Have you ever been in a fight, Ted?
Have I ever been in a fight?
Yeah, full-blown fist fight.
No, I honestly, I don't think I ever have.
Really?
Yeah.
You're from Massachusetts. That's like kind of.
Yeah.
That's a fighting state. The Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
Part of me, in a weird way, wishes that I had experienced it at least once. But like, I feel like I've gotten too old where it's like, now I'll just seem like a fucking knucklehead if I ever got in a fight.
Ted, you're also very classically handsome. I always say this.
Yes,
I always feel like if I took a picture of you and put it in black and white and put the date 1948 under it and some random Ivy League school, no one would bat an eye. If it was like Ted Nivison, squash champion, Princeton University, 1914, everybody would be like, yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
No, when I first met you, I immediately was like, that's a Harvard guy.
Yeah.
Like, you just have like Harvard guy vibes. Now, once I got to know you more, you're not like that at all.
Once I saw you serving milk, I knew that this was not.
Like, oh no, this guy went to Ithaca College, and it did not have a very competitive acceptance rate.
I knew this guy was not. Yeah, you were Ivy League school adjacent. You were next to Cornell, but
you look like
physically adjacent, wasn't it? It wasn't even like the school was like, oh, this is close to an Ivy League. It was adjacent in the sense that it was. You could see
physical proximity.
You look like you got a rowing scholarship to one of the Ivy Leagues, though.
Yeah, they tried to get me into rowing too.
Dude, you would have been such a good rower. Yeah, I feel like you have explosive glutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people tell me.
Yeah.
In various environments, it's like my explosive glutes always sort of,
they're the topic of conversation.
We balled up with Ted.
Yeah, I don't get these invites anymore.
Because you're always doing shit. Like, what do you mean? You weren't even here.
Oh, last night when he balled?
No, last Sunday.
Last night we did not ball.
They did.
No, we didn't.
I saw your story.
No, that was 2 nights ago.
Okay.
That was 2 nights ago.
My invite must have gotten lost in the mail.
Maybe, perhaps. But you always stream at night, so I don't even want to go through the heartbreak of being like, hey, Will, you want to come hang out?
You don't want to be like me, where I invite you during stream and you just don't know wall me.
What are you talking about?
When I type in your stream and I go, hey, Hasan, can we do something? And one person goes, hey, Will message you. And you go, shut up, band. And that makes me feel really good about myself.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm in the middle of fucking talking about some shit. And like, chat will be like, respond to Will right now. And people get really parasocial while I'm talking about, like, I don't know.
Because they're worried about me.
A children's hospital in Boston getting bomb threats or something. You know what I mean?
Well, what do you care about more? Your best friend in the whole wide world, or a silly little hospital getting bombed?
The hospital in that. In most of those circumstances,
there's always going to be a hospital getting bombed.
This is America.
I'm not going to be here forever.
Knows the age-old saying, there's always going to be a hospital getting bombed.
There's always another hospital getting bombed.
But are you going to be there for your friends?
Well, Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Now you know the best
when you're coming home, Hasan, I don't know when. We'll be together then. Yeah, you know we'll have a good time then.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
We put the glasses on because I originally wanted to go along with a top G, like women are awful.
Is that sort of like coming into the podcast? It was like, oh, this is what Ted's whole drive is like, oh, he's a top G.
No, well, you'd be right,
by the way, when you say that.
You do give off the vibes of like a really virulent misogynist.
Yeah. No, I've been told that all the time. People stop me in the street and they're like, man, it looks like you would just vote against everything I stand for.
Right.
And I'd be like,
okay, to be fair, the misogynist part I was just kidding about, but you do look like a young Republican.
Yeah, no,
you look like you're a member of Turning Point.
You've said that. I mean, you have said that. Here's my question.
You can't wear seersucker.
What am I supposed to say to that?
There are certain things like look, we're all white here. We can't go bald, right? Because like if we go bald, all of a sudden, you don't know. Is he a white supremacist or is he just a bald guy? You don't know. So like with you can't wear seersucker.
That's interesting.
Because like if you wear seersucker, all of a sudden,
color is that a color?
No, it's a fabric
material.
It's a material. Like all of a sudden, it's like whoa, wait a minute, this guy's got. What kind of politics does this guy have?
There's no way in hell that you would ever catch me in Vineyard Vines because that would just it would be Vineyard Vines, Sperry's. Not anymore. It was the style back in the day, but nowadays
I feel like it would fit you perfectly though. I wonder if like this would unlock something in you if you like did the whole like preppy Chad thing.
Right.
All of a sudden, it just like fits.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, it would sort of be like, I don't know, like The Mask or something. It's like when you
it overtakes you and it's like, Deborah,
somebody stop me.
Yeah, Deborah, it's time to go to the vineyard. That sort of thing.
Speaking of clothes, you got great clothes. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, my last merch line. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad. I've been hearing. I take pride in being able to try to make the best merch that I can. I like sending it to my.
It's very good. My mom keeps stealing it, which is kind of whack. I'm like, Mom, stop taking these ones. I like these a lot. She's like, no.
I was actually. It's funny because I've been working up my way to like start doing merch again, and so I had some meetings with some companies actually. And when I was talking about, how people like the merch that I released, I actually mentioned that story.
Oh, really?
You had told me about how your mom had
she stole it.
The merch.
She stole it, and it's like my favorite is the maroon one.
Yeah,
the maroon hoodie. It's a really good color.
Thank you.
And for some reason, my mom was just like, "Yeah, I won't take it," and then she just yoinked it and took it to New Jersey. I'm like, "Oh, come on, Mom." It's all good, This is my way of telling you, like, I would like some more of your merchandise.
And you know what?
For free $99, I hope.
When I got the new stuff coming out, here's the thing.
The next line is called the new stuff.
Yeah, the new stuff, and then after that is like the old stuff. And when I come out with new stuff, I want to send people stuff, but I've realized recently that I don't know. Like, I'm starting to get so much of my wardrobe being other people's merch that I'm starting to wonder for myself, for the people that have been doing this for a while, if they would, like, want it or if it's like, oh, this again. Like, I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
If it's good, I want it.
Yeah.
He is a fiend.
Yeah.
He always wants it. There's
I like
no
the free stuff.
Dude, it feels so good to receive free stuff. It's like
I disagree.
It's like
No, I'm not even kidding. I just like
No, he's had too much. He's spoiled.
No, I am. I am 100%.
His fucking PO box looked like an Amazon fulfillment center.
I had to
he got
stop it.
so much free shit.
I have like
All of his
1,000
watchers want to fuck him, so they like send him like, like notice me.
I'm wearing one of my the Vivienne Westwood necklace is literally from my PO box. Like someone sent this to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is wild. I mean, I tell him not to.
Like, is it like
a $150 necklace?
Someone sent him a snowblower one time.
Oh yeah, that's true. They did
as a meme, like a $200 snowblower.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I tell him not to.
Wasteful.
I tell him not to. I'm like, I'm not going to use this. Why the fuck did you send it?
Yeah, that's super. Did you like give it away or like where?
Who am I going to give it to? I mean, California.
You
threw it out.
I'm sure that there's somebody in Big Bear in big use of a snowblower.
I did not drive like 6 hours to Big Bear to give one snowblower that I got. No, the best part is it was broken. That was the other part that I forgot. Yeah. Because so they sent it, but I guess like while they were shipping it, it was like fucked up too. So I just threw it out.
You know what I'd like to talk about? You recently took a trip.
I did.
That was incredible. It was a true coming of age,
buddy,
manifest destiny,
road trip
spanning the United States.
Yes.
You went to every Rainforest Cafe.
ARFC, baby.
In the Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos.
A rare breed now, the Rainforest Cafe, been closing at a lightning clip.
Lightning pace. There used to be, I think I had to like pay attention online. I had to figure out what the number was of their peak number they had, and I was like looking at the Wikipedia. So I had to like figure out when the close date and open dates was, and kind of figure out what the highest number was. 34 at its peak. Rainforest cafes in the United States.
We used to be a proud nation. We used to be a good nation. We were the #1 nation on the planet. We had rainforest cafes everywhere.
As far as the eye can see.
Yeah. As far as the eye can see, a canopy of rainforest.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
You went
at the Rainforest Cafe.
18, correct?
Yes, I believe there was 18 that we went to.
You went to 18.
Yes.
He did his research.
Oh, this is
no, it's good. So I know the answer to this, but you got to tell our audience what possibly compels a human being
to go to every Rainforest Cafe in the United States and Canada?
Yes.
Well, I used to go to the Rainforest Cafe when I was a wee little boy.
Right.
And I'm actually, I'm from Massachusetts, and there was this mall that I would go to as a kid, the Burlington Mall, and it had a Rainforest Cafe. And also, this Rainforest Cafe in particular, and you'll love this, was the Rainforest Cafe they filmed in for cinematic revolutionary movie.
Oh,
what is
something
that?
That shocked the nation, starring
the moon landing,
Hollywood sweetheart Kevin James, Mall Cop.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that Rainforest Cafe, and that closed. And in 2018, I was thinking of video ideas while I was in college, and I was like, what's something stupid I could do?
Oh, so this has been percolating for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's been sitting around, bouncing around in my brain. And so I did an initial video where I went to the Rainforest Cafe in Buffalo, New York, Brent, and I was just like hyping up the Rainforest Cafe. We did that. We just went to one, and then after I did that, I said to myself, back then when I was a wee child in 2018. I was like, I want to go to every single one. But whenever I have the ability to do that, so then, come modern times, and I was like, it's
an incredible video because you kind of get a Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yes.
You get your perspective.
Yeah.
A young man who loves the Rainforest Cafe.
With all my heart.
And maintains that passion throughout the trip. Mm-hmm. And then you have Eddie Burback.
Yes.
Who had no attachment to Rainforest Cafe and is a little bit of a self-proclaimed curmudgeon.
Curmudgeon. That's a fun word. Yeah.
Yes. And so about 3 rainforest cafes in.
Yeah.
He's over the trip.
He is like, okay, so this is
15 more to go.
Yeah, it was
That's
like
not
so.
good.
It was early.
So it was like, oh, so we gotta keep doing this over and over again. And
Eddie's video kind of disintegrates into an Apocalypse Now style madness by the end of the trip.
It's almost no, it Apocalypse Now and with a hint of Taxi Driver.
Time to get tight.
a thing you don't want to be. No.
Yeah, but so it was the way it originally had come about was we were at. Have you ever been to Juneshine before in Venice?
Juneshine?
It's a alcoholic kombucha bar.
Isn't that what Cody Ko just recently did a collab with?
He's an investor in them, and he made a flavor with them. Like maybe a year and a half ago, Eddie and I and our girlfriends, we were getting drinks at Juneshine, and we were just talking about like YouTube and stuff and video ideas, and then I just mentioned the Rainforest Cafe video idea, and I think a part of me was also like, I hope he says that he would be down for this, because if I could think of anyone, because Eddie and I are similar in that we kind of take a long time in between our uploads for videos, so I was like, if there's anyone that's gonna have time, there's a chance.
Also, some of Eddie's best work is when he's torturing himself.
Yeah,
right. The Morbius
like
video.
The Morbius video, yeah,
perfect.
It's such a ridiculous idea, and so I mentioned that to him, and he was like, oh, I would come along with that, and I was like one of those things where I was like, it was a hope, but then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, this is like a real thing. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And he was like, yeah. And then it was like we planned it out in advance of when we would go, and then I mean it became a reality, which is just so crazy, because it's like, how often are you able to find someone? And it went from originally, I think Eddie was going to do like a review or something of each item at the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah. But
then it sort of started to evolve into like, how funny would it be if we each told our sides of the story? Because I knew that I was going to go in with this enthusiasm,
stars in his eyes.
Yeah, stars in his eyes, hope in his soul, just a young American boy on the open road.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely a very fun, like, collaborative kind of like experience of doing this trip, and then just like random stuff like along the road. Like,
would you do it again?
Would I do that again?
Not for the Rainforest Cafe, but something different.
Maybe I would need some
medieval
time in
times.
between.
I know one thing
Medieval
you would
times.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I, for the life of me, cannot understand why 2 wealthy YouTubers decided to take a truck that was literally on its death rattle.
My 2002 forest green
How
Toyota
dare you?
Tacoma.
How dare you? That's a wonderful piece of machine. Don't let him
love
talk
that
down.
Have you
your
seen the
Tacoma.
video? They had some issues.
I've seen not only. Listen, I've seen the truck itself.
Here's what I'll say.
It's a beaut.
Here's what I'll say. I think that we did that trip at a crossroads for the truck. And that crossroads was just when there was sort of like a lot of things that were
about to go into hospice.
No way. There was just some things that were overdue.
The suspension fell out of the vehicle.
There's a lot of things in that truck that have been replaced. There was this one time that I was driving to Anaheim, and I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden I heard the sound of dragging, like metallic dragging.
Okay, I have to say something.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are 10 locations in North America. 9 are in the United States and are built as a replica of 11th century castles. The 10th location.
Are you talking about medieval times?
You son of a bitch.
Would you do it? Because I would do it. I would
You
literally.
and me, medieval times, Hasan Piker at the helm, driving a Porsche this time.
Medieval
leading
times.
as a
Medieval
convoy.
times.
Yeah.
Some of my.
And we compete at every medieval time.
Some Hasanabi heads actually.
I've actually never been to one before.
I've never been to one either, and I want to so bad. Okay, some Hasanabi heads, I believe it's the location in New Jersey. I don't want to fuck this up. Unionize their own medieval times. First ever location in the United States of America.
So when do they close?
Good one. They will never shut down because the medieval
it's one
time,
of those things where it's like
wants,
you got to admit unionization is probably the last blow for a themed restaurant. Like that. Like
you guys
there's
are
not
wrong.
there's not too much that's keeping those.
You guys are wrong. Why would anyone not want to go to a Middle Ages experience
Right.
where you can have a turkey leg and look at people jousting.
So I love medieval times.
Can I just mention something real quick too?
What's up?
That would also like the unionization thing. That would also be kind of like off theme.
No.
Because of like serfdom.
No, they're still.
Right?
You can still yell at them. Don't worry.
You can?
Yeah, it's like they're still serfs when they're LARPing, but they get compensated.
Oh, that'd be so amazing if the union
Would you like
pulled
some
him
meat,
down,
my lord?
executed him during the show.
Yeah, it's like
They're still compensated adequately, but you can still. They're still peasants.
No, I'm all for that.
Yeah, painless
Yeah.
death too, and
It
you
was,
fuck up.
it was a
That's
good
in the
meme.
package.
Let me tell you, medieval times, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
But there's a secret to medieval times. And it's getting...
Oh, you have been to many.
I've been a few times.
That's crazy.
But the secret to enjoyment of medieval times is to get absolutely shithoused beyond all recognition. And to like give in to your like most primeval self. Like if you're not holding a turkey leg with hot
No, that's what I want to
grease
do. That's what I want to do.
all over your
Like
face.
you just fucking you just went to fucking war.
Yeah, and screaming.
Yeah, like you saw one of your brothers get their arm knocked off by a longbow.
Yeah.
Like
There you go.
I want it so bad. I want to actually do this. By the way, on May 31st, 2022, employees of the Medieval Times in New Jersey filed for a union election with the NLRB, working for the American Guild of Variety Artists. Because these guys are doing some gruesome shit. They're not just like serving you a fucking turkey leg.
They're jousting.
They're doing a lot
jousting.
of
Are the servers the ones that joust? So it's like
No,
it's like you sign up as a server.
So
And it's
when
like you could be jousting any day though.
So when you come in, you're given a section. That's your kingdom.
Okay.
Either you're the blue section or the red section or the green, and you get a knight.
Oh.
And then they all compete in the games. And there's one section that's like the champion for the night.
I fucking love
And
that.
that's when you pop off.
Okay, dude,
that's when
I'm
you're
so
yelling
hyped.
across to the green section and be
I'm
like,
so hyped.
"Your mother is a whore!"
Oh my
And
God.
That's
Oh
what
my
really
God. Oh my
adds
God.
to it.
Dude,
That's
it's like,
all, I get it.
okay.
So now that makes sense. So it's like you have your guy.
Yeah, you have your guy.
And that's what your stake is in it. Because like normally people could just be like eating their food and stuff, but it's like, oh, you got a stake in it.
For the record, these have been around since 83. Like 1983 is the first Medieval Times.
I'm
Orlando
not surprised
Castle.
that they started in the 80s. That just seems like a time.
No, but
for,
it's like an institution that is like survived
Yep.
multiple economic downturns.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They survived the financial the housing crisis.
Yeah.
I guess when you have a castle, like
We go to every medieval times, and the last one we go to is the unionized one, and we compete as knights for the sections.
Right.
damn. That
Is there
sounds
one near
fire.
LA? Medieval Times? Or
Orlando, Florida, Bueno Park, California, Lyndhurst, New Jersey, Schaumburg, Illinois, Dallas, Texas, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Schaumburg.
Hanover, Maryland, Lawrenceville, Georgia, Scottsdale, Arizona, and then one in Toronto, Ontario. Six God.
So closest one, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Well, no, there's one in California.
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Buena Park.
Oh,
California.
Buena Park. Okay, that's
Is that close?
Oh, shit.
close-ish. It sounds familiar. I've
We
heard.
could go get a taste. We could wet our beaks.
I think one of the coolest things is that it's literally a
I always want to
fucking
go get
castle.
a taste with you, whatever the context.
Yeah, we'll just go wet our beaks.
It's literally a fucking castle. I think it's so cool.
Such a funny
this
phrase.
This is what America was invented for as a nation. Okay?
Yeah.
Just
I
like
wonder if they would let us stream our visit.
probably.
I
Why
feel
not?
like, why not?
That would drum up some interest.
There's like a lot of strange level of enthusiasm for medieval-based things in the U.S. for like a country that has no history with medieval
But that's why.
battles. Have you seen some of the stuff in like Texas of, the guys that dress in full armor with the only difference, like they fight, but the only difference is just the blades are dull.
Oh, yeah, they beat the shit out of
Wait,
it.
isn't that the original LARPing? That's what live action role play is.
Yeah, but not like this. These
yeah.
dudes are like doing mixed martial arts with...
Like you played a knockout, as
Okay,
in
I
like
love
knockout,
that.
as in like somebody hits you in the helmet with
Would
their
you pull that up
axe.
for us, Jamie?
I love that.
Billy
I
Ray
love
Brains,
that so much.
can you yank that up for us? I think it's called Medieval Fight League.
Yeah,
You know a surprising amount about this.
I've watched this a lot.
Yeah, my
This-
buddy Tucker, who actually runs the Chuckle Sandwich Highlights channel, he was sending me those, and he was like, "You got to see this shit. They're fucking insane."
This and the sport that occurs once a year in Florence are like my two favorite things to watch.
Sport that occurs once a year in
There
Florence.
is yeah. Let's watch this real quick and then I'll.
The hardest KO. Oh, we get to see the hardest KO.
And he's dead. Look, there's a dent in his helmet.
Yeah, that's not a joke. That's
Dude, like they're
Donk.
And they're punching each other with like, and they can't see shit.
Oh!
No. They can't see anything.
Oh!
It's basically like, let's cover you in metal.
In a fucking octagon, nonetheless.
Give you like a
this is
slit to
insane.
see through.
I can't believe you've never seen this, Hasan.
Oh, this is so sick, dude. Oh my God, we should do this, but with samurai armor.
Okay, I'm in.
All right.
I mean, or this armor is cool too. This is so sick.
Knee to the groin. Oh, little judo toss. Half
You're
mount.
dead, my lord.
Full mount.
It's like,
See?
like bashing him. Fucking bashing him with the fucking shield.
What the fuck? He just fucking pummeled his skull. He's concussed.
Yeah, he eviscerated.
He's definitely concussed.
Yeah, he's dead.
How do you even ref that? Like, you can't be a good referee to that. Where are they doing this? Beautiful, the backdrop.
Dude's gonna be getting out of the hospital and speaking in moon words after that.
Yeah. My lord, I'm stuck like this.
So I love watching this, but I'm going to introduce you to something.
Oh yeah.
Once every year in Florence, there is a sport that is made up by Florentines. Florentines? I don't know.
Floridians?
Where the 4 districts of Florence compete in a rugby style game that is mixed with bare knuckle fighting. And the rules are very open to interpretation. Half points can be scored, and the winner of the 4 districts wins a cow. So this is all for bragging rights. And outside of the locals, not really many people watch or participate. Like, no one participates in it.
Right.
But it's like a big... Here, pull this up. Pull this up for me, Billy Ravebrains. You have to see it to believe it. It's one of the most surreal...
It just sounds like the closest thing
Florence
to just like...
sport. Look down.
It just sounds like the closest thing to like caveman warfare.
Mm-hmm.
Here's
Yeah. Pull this up.
Are they still doing this?
what's coming up on...
Yes. So just pull up a
The wonderful thing about this sport is that
Boom.
nobody's heard about it.
So it's
unless
like
you
rugby,
happen to
but there's
live in Florence.
also
They've
like
kept
this
it almost
straight
a
up
secret,
brawling
for
element to
centuries.
it.
They do
Pull up
not
just pull up a
promote
live
this
broadcast
Florentine
of it.
costumed football that they play.
Oh, god damn, he
The first
trucked
challenge
them.
you have as the spectator is where
That's crazy.
Oh,
That's
it's
pretty
so
fire.
awesome.
They looked at like one of the most violent sports and we're like, how can we crank up the violence?
Yeah, but apparently they've been doing this for like ever.
It's like
This
rugby
goes-
hockey.
Yeah. But at the
This
beginning,
is in Florence, Italy?
yes, at the beginning, both teams line up, and you can just go beat the shit out of the guy across from you.
It seems like every European country needs to have one of these in order to survive. Like
Yeah.
you've got the bull run
Running of the
with
bulls.
yeah, the running of the bulls.
Yeah.
Or
As opposed to
or,
bull
or
run,
you know what
which is
happens?
a-
Fascism. That's what happens. They have to get they need an outlet. Calcio storico Fiorentino.
Vaffanculo.
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of pageantry. So they line up and then go in a little bit. This is before the opening whistle. Yeah, see, they line
Dude,
up.
they're squaring
and
up.
They're just allowed to fist fight. You're just allowed to beat the shit out of the guy next to you. And once you mount a guy, you're allowed to stay on top of him for as long as you want.
What?
Yeah, see how they're mounted like that? That just effectively takes that guy out of play.
Wow.
So there's like a net along the backside. You can't even really see it. But if you score it, you get a point. If you miss it, the other team gets a half point. This game is incredible.
That's insane.
Yeah. People are wheeled out on hospital carts. People are knocked out. Yeah, it's...
I feel like
Oh, there you go. Here's a little bench clearer.
wow.
Here's a little bench clearer. Oh, here's a little Donnybrook.
yeah, how do you stop this? Like how do you stop like a massive brawl when there is a massive
It just
brawl?
looks like a street fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like they have any sort of like
I love that Florence, an area known as one of the most
beautiful-
artistically inclined, beautiful,
yeah,
gentle,
culturally dense.
has this once per year. Just straight up Thunderdome. All right,
This
pause.
is you have to this is the only way to keep it. This is
Yeah.
the only way to keep doing the gay art stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way. You gotta let your outlet out. You gotta mount a dude sometimes.
Just got to mount them.
Yeah, I love that. That's incredible.
You know, I could see an application to medieval times. If you get like drunk enough, there's got to be some dude like in there that's like tried to bribe one of their knights and be like, "You're gonna win this," and then like hands him like a little pistol or something like that.
You gotta give him.
He's like,
offers him prima
it.
nocturne with his wife. You can bang my wife.
see her? You see her? She's yours to win. That's
going
the
medieval,
prize.
baby.
No, I want to go and like have a bunch of gold coins, like gold chocolate, and just hand it as bribes.
Like the ones
Come
you
on!
like the ones you get during Christmas. And
Yeah,
stuff.
You knave.
do it, my knight in shining armor. I don't know why I'm speaking like.
No, I like
Oh,
what
do
you
it, my knight in shining. No, I get it. Do it, my.
Little
I
Borat.
don't know why I was doing like a transatlantic almost like. Do it, my knight in shining armor. You see?
You see, honey, this is why I like medieval times so much.
Yeah.
It's just such a joy.
I love to
When
take
you
the
do
train
that-
to
when you
medieval
do that,
times.
you are
Yeah.
you do have like the vibes of a person, but you have a 50s face.
Yes, we've established.
Yeah, so it works really well.
Well, I
when you
hope
do
I
that.
don't. I don't know. Cause
Segregation.
I don't know generational trauma in people, or I don't.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Speaking of medieval times,
Sure.
have you guys seen the new Lord of the Rings or the new Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I've seen both.
Okay, cool.
I've
I fell
seen
asleep.
neither,
Well, we can't have a conversation now, I guess.
but I want to hear about it.
No, well, what I was gonna say is like I watched new Lord of the Rings. It's all right. It's not bad. It's not great.
Was the troll slaying thing? I saw a clip of them. So a woman slaying a troll.
That was Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Which I fell asleep at, but it did seem I was tired. I'm a little sick, but it did
What?
not like that. I've been testing for COVID. It's not COVID. It is COVID.
monkeypox.
I lied.
Yeah.
I don't think that monkeypox works that way. So, Lord of the Rings came out of the gate swinging a lot harder than Game of Thrones did. I'll admit.
Okay.
What did you think?
Well, they're both prequels, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I think Lord of the Rings is a little baffling to me because I assumed that it was based on the Silmarillion, which is J.R.R. Tolkien's auxiliary work for Lord of the Rings, which kind of fills in some of the missing spaces in that saga. But apparently, and I didn't know this, Amazon was unable to secure the rights for the Silmarillion. So they have to breeze past all of like those moments in the story and kind of focus on the creation of the rings as their like entire plot line. And I found out that afterward, the Tolkien estate gave the rights to a video game company for the Silmarillion, like almost immediately, which is very strange to me.
They were just like, "Fuck you, Jeff Bezos." It can't be a monetary issue because Amazon dumped
$1
like
billion.
Fucking an insane amount of money.
And then as for the Lord of the Rings or the Game of Thrones prequel, again, it's a prequel. I think, I'm kind of aware what happens. We know on a long enough timeline what happens here. But a lot of it kind of feels like a make good.
From how people were disappointed in the.
Yeah, I think people are still watching it. I think good fantasy is hard to beat. And what I'm really interested in seeing is this Jon Snow sequel. I don't really care about the prequel all that much. I'll watch it and have fun with it. But I can't wait to see, because that's off the rails, right? This is still based in Game of Thrones lore. We know where it's
Do you
going.
think it's better that it stays, it gets off of the original material or source material?
Oh, yes.
Damn, you don't want J.R. Martin.
Well, I think
George Martin.
Junior R. Tolkien?
Why? What's up with the R's? You got J.R. Tolkien and then George R. Martin.
Dude, his parents were so fucking stupid.
Yeah, what the fuck? The two most important, fantasy authors. Okay, go on.
And then J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, just kidding, what?
Yeah, figure it out. Figure it out amongst yourselves.
But I think that the reception to the end of Game of Thrones has a lot to do with the fact that they knew how the series would end, but they didn't have his actual writing to kind of show how that should be paced and how to develop those moments.
Right.
And so I think a lot of them fell very flat at the end of the show. It felt rushed.
I never watched it.
What?
Yeah. I'm a freak. I watched Game of Thrones.
Why are we talking about these other fantasy projects?
I watched Game of Thrones season 1 and I was like, I can't wait. I can't wait for the fucking next season to come out. So I read all the books. I read the first 3 books.
That's actually what I did with Invincible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have not done that, but Invincible is great. First, I read the first 3 books, right? Fucking incredible.
Sure.
Incredible read. And then when the 4th one came out, like the last one that came
Dance
out.
with Dragons.
Yeah. I never actually read it to completion because like too much time had passed in between. And I never went back to watch I never went back to watch season 2, season 3, whatever, however many seasons are out there, because I was just like, I don't know. I was like too far removed from the source material at that point. I had like gotten my Game of Thrones fill. So I'm in this weird
You'd
space.
moved on from that relationship.
Yeah. But I'm in this weird space where like my opinion of Game of Thrones is incredibly positive as a consequence of only reading the first 3 books and also watching the first season, which is the greatest season.
Well, I think this
It's so funny. It's so funny because it's like that he's about to come in and roast you, but you're like trying to get all. You're like, well, hold on a minute.
I'm not gonna roast him. I would say this.
Now,
though.
No, it is weird. I know.
I think a lot of people
Welcome to town.
forgot how good
Show's ass.
yeah, show your ass.
Embarrass me.
Game of Thrones. I think the first 6 seasons, mainly 5 though. The first 5-6 seasons of Game of Thrones are some of the best television of all time. And then you can see where they get off the source material and where D&D were looking at that Disney contract and where things started to fall apart. And it became Transformers, right? Here are your good guys, here are your bad guys.
Wait, not enough incest?
Well, definitely not enough incest, but no, I think the magic
up.
of Game
Seems
of
like an industry-wide lack of it.
Yeah, I think the magic of Game of Thrones for me was seeing all these flawed characters and seeing a program in which there wasn't like, you know, the hands of decency on it where bad guys could win. And sometimes you had to do nefarious things to succeed as the good guy. And sometimes being honorable got you killed. I think seeing those things and being genuinely surprised by Game of Thrones early on was such a blessing. And then the later seasons of Game of Thrones, they got rid of all the interesting characters, in my opinion. And they preemptively cucked the Night King so that it was kind of like, oh, the big bad is gone.
Right.
We clearly have our good and evil characters here.
And that's sort of like an issue, or not necessarily an issue, but sort of something you wouldn't necessarily expect from a lot of fantasy is sort of that grounded, realistic sort of character relationships. Because
that's what made Game of Thrones unique in comparison to everything else, because there's no clear good and clear evil.
That is hard to go back into Lord of the Rings, where it's like so clear, like Sauron is the bad guy. And everybody's like, don't worry about Sauron, he's gone. And everybody's like, he's an immortal wizard. We should really do something. No, it's fine.
It's like watching the last Harry Potter and then the first one.
Yeah.
Are you looking at me? I never watched the Harry Potter movies either. I only read the books.
Son, resident expert on Harry Potter, big fan?
I am a fan of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, problematic fave, I guess. No, not really. J.K. Rowling is very transphobic.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
that's why you were. I thought that's
she's
why
she's a fucking nutcase on Twitter.
Yeah, she's insane. But the Harry Potter books bang. Like when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I wish I could fucking
always
go to.
disliked Harry Potter.
I didn't read the books when I was a kid because that first books, I was bothered by the cover art of them. I thought I thought the cover art for those first books. Yeah, I thought like Harry looked like a loser, and I was like, this seems like something.
I agree.
I just thought it was like, oh, this is gonna be boring. Oh, this is gonna be like a kid's book or something, and I wasn't interested in that. I never read it.
I am a believer that fantasy is like, it's tribalist, and you can either enjoy like the kind of like dark fantasy, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones type of magic, or you can like that lame ass
I like
dork
both.
magic and Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I can.
Well, you don't really like either.
Like
no, I love.
No, you're not.
Especially, I wasn't like fucking. I'm not like.
Well, you haven't watched either, so you know.
Yeah, I guess
to be fair, I did not.
Until
watch
you watch them, I guess it's just like you're like forever.
I watched like 1 through 4, maybe.
Yeah, you're a bandwagon.
But I never actually like. No, I read the books when it first came out, but I don't know. I just like it.
Here's what I'll say. And one of my gripes.
Back when I was younger, though, I do have a good reason for why I didn't watch the Harry Potter movies. Because
the
when
Turkish
I was
government
younger,
didn't allow it.
No, because it would come later. Because I'm so fucking old. Like, I don't think this problem exists anymore. But we used to get movies like a year later.
Well, they still release movies later, like movies to the international audience, like later down the line.
Yeah. So like,
you see that stuff with like the Marvel movies, like those big ones people were excited about, like Endgame and stuff. It's like, oh, it's coming to Australia. Like it comes out in like June. It's like in Australia and like fucking
that's
April
what I'm
to
saying.
next year.
Like, so I never, I was like, I'm gonna read the books. Like I have access to the books immediately, so I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, I actually have something funny to show you guys.
Yeah. Oh, could I just say my one thing though? My one gripe about Harry Potter. The most important spell, or one of the most, pivotal spells, the one that they talk so much about. It's like the killing spell. It's the worst thing you can do. Is called Avada Kedavra, and that I just think is funny because it's just
sounds like abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Yeah. It's like she was just she's like, what's like the one word that everyone knows is magic? It's like abracadabra. Oh, but let's put some like bees in there and like.
Well, it just sounds like cadaver. That's why. Like she took abracadabra and turned it into cadaver.
I've heard people say that, but it's like Avada Kedavra, abracadabra, same syllables. Yep. It's like
you could be a muggle and accidentally do it. That's the point.
Yeah, you could. You could be drunk.
That's an accidental misfire.
You could be trying to do a drunk magic show.
Don't make me pull it out.
And then just be like, oh, it's like I'm doing a little Avada Kedavra, and then like all of a sudden you like killed someone with a flash of green light.
Goodbye.
All
right, here while we're talking about nerd shit. Speaking of flaming heaps of
wreckage, am I supposed to be impressed with that? Fucking loser.
Dang.
You fucking dork. Oh, I went to Universal on an all-expense paid trip by G4, and I managed to just spend a little bit of money on a fucking wand.
Snap his wand. So right now, my favorite...
It is pretty cool.
I would Wingardium Leviosa your ass so hard right now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I respect you.
I'll just start farting all over your screen, loser.
Don't worry, I do enough of that.
All right, so
I called you loser a lot today. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
about
what's
that.
going on?
I like it.
You're attacking me quite a lot today.
Yeah.
So my favorite nerd shit is a flaming pile of shit right now. I'm a DC fan. I've been a DC fan. And
the Pepsi of superheroes.
Yeah.
That's a great take.
And the Flash, he's out doing domestic violence and smoking.
They are out doing domestic violence.
Yeah, sorry.
And being a threat to mankind.
My fault. So there's something else that happened recently. It was Latin Heritage Month, week, I don't know.
I believe it was
Billy.
It's got to be.
Is it a month?
Surely it's
it's Hispanic
and
Heritage
DC
Month.
made an effort at making Latin Heritage covers. Billy, I'm going to need you to pull up those covers for me.
Oh, God. This is actually a really good segue into another thing that I'll pull up after you. This is always a miss. They never get this right.
Wait till you see.
In general, I feel like I see this a lot with comics, and even on the Marvel side, they kind of do this too.
So DC actually has some pretty good inclusion in terms of their characters with Latin characters. However, their Latin Heritage covers. Go ahead and pull up the first one. This is based on a famous piece of Latin art. However, this is Green Lantern holding a bag of chimichangas.
Oh my God. No, tamales.
Yeah.
Tamales, sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are you fucking joking?
No, I am not joking. It gets worse.
And here's the thing.
It's
worse. It's not like he just has one.
No,
like that you would normally do. Like he has an entire. He's trying to feed a family of 75.
It's like Mac from Always Sunny. He's got the plastic bag,
and they're floating in space.
Yeah. So that was what they did for Green Lantern. Next slide, Billy. This is another member of the Green Lantern Corps. She is eating. What is that in her hands? I'm sorry. I believe that is a.
It looks like a napkin.
That is I think that's either a sopa or a soft taco.
It just looks like a napkin.
Yeah. Let's go to our next slide. It gets more egregious.
No! What is going on? Why are they doing this?
So I'll
for
say
those
this,
of you at
I'm
home,
noticing a theme here.
Yes. For those of you at home, this is Blue Beetle, who is actually a Latin character within the DC universe. And he has what I would call a gratuitous amount of hard shell tacos while he is jumping off the roof.
An unrealistic amount of hard shell tacos.
Okay.
Those things are hard to, holding one, it's hard to keep their contents inside.
I'm gonna come out with a hot take here. This is completely anecdotal, but Latino people across the board are a group of individuals who love when, like, I mean, even if you did like insensitive shit, I feel like that would be better than this. If they were all like wearing sombreros, people would be like, yeah, that's kind of funny.
So this gets worse.
He's got 5 tacos.
This
in
is
his
just
right
tacos.
hand.
Why are they just holding up tacos?
I thought I had seen it all, but this one gets worse. Wait, before you go, this next character is another Latin character. Let's go ahead and press the button. This is Hawk Girl as a waitress
With a
in a Platinos Fritos cafeteria.
Bro, that's crazy.
Oh,
They're
it's
like-
crazy.
Blue Beetle at the border.
they
Like,
put
what
like
the
a-
fuck? What the fuck are they doing?
They put like a maid dress.
They
little
really
apron
missed.
on her.
They swung. I don't even know if they swung that big.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that's just kind of strange about it is it's like, why is the only connection that they can find? Yeah, food. It's like, it's just every single one of them doing something that they would normally do. I mean, I guess, I don't know how often Green Lantern is putting a Viva Mexico flag on the
how
on the
often
moon.
is one of the most powerful superheroes in the DC universe waiting table?
Well, yeah, no, yeah. Like,
Why is that? Also, why is that Latino?
Yeah.
Why is that Hispanic?
it's like,
That's really fucking
they're
insane.
just carrying
okay,
a food.
good segue though. Marvel has done this as well. Have you seen Black Thor?
No.
Oh my God, Marvel
I'm
did
ready,
some
Daddy.
insane shit. Go down. Yeah, go. Called out for races. That one's gonna have everything in it. Oh God, are you ready for this? It's so good. New Marvel comic about a Black Thor sparks backlash for perpetuating racist stereotypes.
Okay.
He says it's hammer time. He has a hoodie on. Okay.
He kind of looks like Odell Beckham.
They made him Miles Morales as urban Thor.
I fucking hate that word.
Makes me want to makes me want comics etc. to go back to being outwardly racist, dude. First
Wait,
of all,
this is Miles Morales?
They made Miles
Why
Morales
is
into
Miles
Thor.
Morales Thor?
I think it was like one of those like what if style scenarios. They're
no,
all
he
into the
graffitied
multiverse.
his hammer.
Dude.
He graffitied his
Wait,
hammer.
go back to
Bro,
that.
he's got the Jordans. He's got the Jordans on.
Well, okay, go
To
back.
be fair,
go back,
Miles
go back.
Morales does
Yes, the
wear-
Jordans are kind of signature Miles Morales.
Yeah.
But go forward.
And the hoodie is too, which I
The
don't like.
graffiti on Thor's hammer is not great.
Dude, it gets so much
Isn't
worse.
that also,
Wait, go
though-
back. First of all, go back. Hold on, go back to the main thing. That's fucking Valhalla, okay? There's sneakers on like what the fuck are you doing? I mean, that's Asgard, not Valhalla, sorry. There's sneakers on fucking the electric
I will say with
lines.
the hammer thing, isn't that also one of Miles Morales' thing? It's like he would do the, like that was like part of his art that he would
would
do.
he?
I don't know if he would put it on
Would he
Mjolnir.
tag? Yeah, would he?
I don't know.
tag
I don't know if he
Mjolnir?
would just like put random stuff on Mjolnir.
There's so much more. Hold on. There's more. Click on the article because like there's more in the article. First of all, everyone has fades, which is awesome. Oh yeah, here. Look. This one's great. Mjolnir by Odin's fade.
No.
I command you, shield this lost son of Freya from your might as grace flows through him.
By Odin's fade.
Yeah, by Odin's fade. And it's like,
and the tweet that is posting this is just by Odin's what?
yeah, but it's even better.
Excuse me?
All the like forest trolls or whatever are wearing like massive pieces of jewelry.
The frost trolls.
Yeah, the frost trolls that he fights. He says it's hammer time. There is God damn it. That's it's
crazy.
just start to finish is just incredible.
And that seems to
and
be,
it was made by, of course, a non-black person.
It seems to be a
defended
consistent theme, like in comic books, where they, with you can call whatever you can call their intentions good or whatever, but like it seems like a consistent thing that has happened for years. Because I remember seeing some of that stuff like years and years ago. It's like, oh, can you believe they did this as the cover?
Yeah.
Or like, that's fucking wild.
All good. I mean, it's incredible.
So as a-
yeah.
So you're, as a DC,
Yeah.
you know,
Fan.
fan, like, does it, like, is it just a bummer or like?
Yeah, how was that like?
It's really interesting because DC, I would say, overall, in the past 20 years, has better projects than Marvel, right? Dark Knight is better than Marvel. Joker is better than Marvel. I would say that both Peacemaker and the second Suicide Squad.
I saw a little bit of Peacemaker.
No, you're not about to say that.
The second Suicide Squad is better than most Marvel projects.
I haven't seen Peacemaker, but I did not like the second Suicide Squad all that much.
I thought it was really good. I would say DC has like standout projects. Like even Doom Patrol is really interesting. Whereas
Deadpool,
Marvel is like scary consistent B to B plus movie every single time. But they just nailed that formula.
Yeah.
But on the other
Kevin Feige or
yes.
Feige.
But on the other side of that equation, DC has some projects that are so reprehensibly bad.
Yeah.
Justice League is one of the worst pieces of dog shit.
Zack Snyder
and
cut.
It blew my mind that everyone was like, release the Snyder cut. And I was like, there's no way that you can edit a pile of dog shit to not, like, they filmed a dog poop for 2 hours.
Wait, did you like the Zack Snyder cut more?
No.
I was about to say, because it was worse.
It was just slower.
That, but was slow-mo.
It was the same shit movie, but slower.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It was, and I was confused by the aspect ratio choice too. It was
it's just confusing because like DC fans are so rabid, and I consider myself a DC fan, but when I rag on DC, there are so many DC fans who are like, I really liked Justice League. Batman vs Superman was pretty good. And it's like, no, it wasn't.
It's not. No, it wasn't.
It was dog shit of the highest caliber.
Just wait till the Snyder cut.
Yeah. And
Everything in your mind
it's just so funny that they like advocated to release that, and then they got it, and it was just awful.
Well,
like,
DC's in an impossible place right now too, because they have tied the entire future of their franchise to Ezra Miller, because Flashpoint Paradox is like
their multiverse.
Well, it's a natural reset for the entire timeline. So if you want to bring in fresh blood for actors, if you want to change any of the canon that you've made thus far, it's like a time travel story where Flash goes forward in time, and when he goes forward in time, it's all out war between Atlantis and the Themyscirans, the Amazonians, because Aquaman fucks Wonder Woman and his wife gets pissed, and so it's all out war, and basically everyone dies. Like every single character dies in this fallout in the war. So then Flash has to go back in time and reset everything. But Ezra Miller is one of the most unhinged psychopaths.
Literally.
I actually have. I've heard that he sucks. I've actually.
Are you serious?
I haven't
Yo,
seen
he
anything.
is
unhinged.
Oh my God.
Like
Ezra Miller.
They are.
Ezra Miller
They are
is like
unhinged.
Ezra Miller is like a bioweapon that you unleash upon unsuspecting civilians, and they come in like the Chupacabra and they just fuck shit up.
What the hell did he do?
They got arrested like 8 times in Hawaii on the island in a span of
in a row?
Yeah.
In a span of like a month.
Not only does they work as their gender, but also works with how many times they've been arrested.
Yes.
You would think they were multiple people.
Yes.
And how many times they were.
Yeah, we're using the singular they for the non-binary Ezra Miller when I say like they are wreaking havoc.
Yeah.
Okay. Multiple times has grooming allegations with like a random Native American girl,
breaking and entering,
yeah.
Like
they'll go to like a bar. This all started when there was like one random like female fan that came up to them while they were like fucking filming some shit or something, or they were at a bar. I think it was like Iceland or something. And they just fucking choke slammed him, and everyone was like, haha, that's kind of funny. Like, Ezra's kind of quirked up, like, right? It was before they came out as non-binary.
Wait,
so
he
like,
choke slammed a fan?
Yes.
But it was like weird.
Let me play it how it goes out.
It kind of came out of nowhere.
So let's pretend you're a fan, right? And you're like bubbly, and you come up and you're like, oh my God, Ezra Miller.
All right.
Oh my God, Ezra Miller, what are you doing?
No, literally. No, like that. Exactly. In slow motion almost. The opposite of Flash.
Wait, so like there have been multiple accounts of people describing what this looked like?
No,
there's a video of it.
Hey, Billy Ray Brains, will you pull that up for us?
There's a video of him
slowly and deliberately choking a female fan.
Yeah.
Them.
Yes. So
our gripe with Ezra is not their gender.
Sure.
So they do that, right? Yep, there it is. Okay, so that's what like sparked the situation. Then they came out, and she's like smiling, so she doesn't understand what's going on.
You want to fight? Is that the deal?
What the fuck?
Oh, bro.
He says you want to fight? Is
Yeah.
that what you want?
She's like, like she's like fucking around, and they're like, I'm not fucking around. Like I will kill you.
But
So-
the reports have just been torrential.
So then that happened, and then like there wasn't that much news, and then they came out as like non-binary and like having like a sex cult or something, like on fucking regular GQ coverage profile came out.
Yeah.
Look at his toenails. Look up Ezra Miller toenails
I don't
right
know
now.
if I want to see
No.
that,
You
though.
want to
It's
see this
like-
because it ties in. It ties into the whole fucking. Yep, that's it. That's unedited, baby. Show him that. That's from the fucking GQ footage.
Well, when you run at incredible speed,
looks like
Your
tie
feet
that
pay
in.
the price.
Tie it into the Flash. Do
that's
it.
actually
to-
canon. That's
just
actually canon.
The most unhinged DC fanboy. No, that's canon.
No, that's canon.
No,
He's-
that's actually the craft. They're respecting it.
It looks like he's been cursed
Yeah.
by a. It looks like his feet look like he's been cursed by a witch.
And they became the witch. Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so DC is at a really interesting crossroads.
Oh yeah.
So
and
really,
they're still
really,
going.
so
DC is still going with that.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because Flashpoint is so that's the thing. DC wants to hang on to a lot of what's going on in its universe right now, right? They have The Rock as Black Adam. Amazing. They have certain things that they know they want to keep going.
That
but
might not
they-
be as amazing either because apparently, like, The Rock is like maintaining ownership of the IP pretty fucking protectively.
Yeah.
does he
yeah,
own
and
the
is,
IP
like,
of
saying-
Black Adam.
I think he's the one who like he bought it, right?
Well, the amazing
Got a lot of
thing
money.
is Black Adam is a bad guy. He's not anti-hero. Black Adam has never been like a hero. But now it's The Rock.
Yeah.
So we might see a brand new Black Adam.
No, he said he doesn't want Shazam the fucking
To beat him.
To beat Black Adam. Like he doesn't. He wants to do a standalone Black Adam project. We don't know what's going to happen to the Black Adam movie that's going to come out.
And apparently,
Which I read for, remember?
And apparently,
Remember I read for Black Adam?
Yes.
Fun
Pierce
fact.
Brosnan is Dr. Fate. Is Dr. Fate in? So he's another major character in the DC universe. But I think he fights Black Adam in this, and Black Adam kills him. I think that's what's about to happen.
It's so funny what The Rock can get away with being the like.
can be
I'm
president.
90% sure
That's
he's,
our next
he's-
president.
He's the highest paid actor in the world, right?
Yeah. Which is wild considering that like this is, Vin Diesel 2.0, but he was able to like make a mountain out of himself.
don't tell that to The Rock. He'll never come on now.
I mean, I don't
Their
think,
feud is legendary.
I think he's never going to come on regardless.
The
when
fact
to-
that they
when
had
to shoot
writing
them
in both-
separately.
The fact that they had writing in both their contracts that neither one of their characters could be perceived as stronger or winning a fight against the other one in any of their films is insane.
That is some psycho masculine fucking.
To be fair
loony
though,
shit.
The Rock did come in and like both revitalize the franchise, but also kind of cucked Vin Diesel, who was like the main guy.
Dude,
I hate Fast and the Furious.
I've never
With
watched.
every
I have not watched anything since Tokyo
fiber
Drift.
of my being.
and here's an interesting thing. I haven't seen any of the Fast and Furious
so
movies.
you're not family.
But my favorite thing at Universal is the studio tour
yes.
when you go into the Fast and Furious cave that they have.
It's the
because
worst.
The badly digitized Vin Diesel.
It is the best thing
It is
ever because Vin Diesel
so
is
bad.
standing. It's like these screens that you see of them. It's like, and it's one of the things that I've noticed about all of these rides at Universal is
I've actually memorized it.
That's
If
awesome.
you want the full, ready?
Well-
you pull into a garage.
It's a
You
house
pull into
party.
garage, and it's
It's a party.
who's the
there's a party.
Tay Diggs? Is it Tay Diggs who's the model? Pull that up for me, Billy. The underwear model, and he's like, "Oh, you're looking for so and so? You got to go find him here." And you pull, and it's party,
Right.
And it's just like women doing this.
It
and
looks
then-
like one of those I don't know. It you know when you play one of those racing games in an arcade,
Yes.
it looks like the depictions
Yes.
of women in racing
Or
games in
the
arcades.
background of like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
How they're just like endlessly like, woo!
Yeah.
They got FIFA 98 graphics.
Yes. And then the cops bust in and they're like, where's Vin?
Yeah.
And it's like, we got to get out of here. And then you pull off, and like 2 seconds later, you're in a tank, and the FBI is following you. And Vin Diesel's like, yo, it's family. And he jumps on to
a helicopter.
To a helicopter and just flies off with his little Timbs dangling in the air.
Well, I think one of my favorite things about it too is that, you know, you can kind of tell when actors are in press tour mode.
Yeah.
And the fact that in that ride you can see Vin Diesel in press tour mode is the
Phone
funniest thing. Like, he is like looking directly at the camera and he's like, we got to get out of here. But remember, at the end of the day, it's always family. It's like, and
they shot it like they were all separately shot.
They definitely were. It's definitely all green screen kind of stuff. And like, also when he comes in, it's like fucking like elevator that he just comes out of the floor. And like he's just standing there and it's like, I guess Vin Diesel's here now.
Yep.
And
who doesn't have a convenient place elevator in their garage party?
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, we can't open that.
I'm just saying.
The exact opposite of that ride is the King Kong ride. The King Kong ride is
a journey.
Well, it rips if you're in the middle.
Interesting.
Because I've been in the middle before and I loved it. But if you're in the back seats, it's just you just see all of the seams of it all. That it's just like kind of hard to enjoy it. But one of my things that I've always thought about Universal that I think is the funniest thing, and it also sort of happens with Disney rides, but it's just a theme park thing that I've noticed, is that they love creating parasocial stuff with the people that are fans of the series. No matter what, at the end of every ride at Universal, no matter what, you can go to every single ride on Universal Hollywood, and that ride will end, and there will be some form of thanks so much for your help. You can come back anytime.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the Harry Potter ride, it's like thanks so much for joining us. I'm Dumbledore, and
you've saved the day.
You're welcome back at Hogwarts whenever you want.
Yeah.
And ignoring the Muggle aspect of it all.
Yeah.
Or like the fucking...
You're over there like, this is actually not canon. I'm a Muggle, not even a half-blood.
I know what thing you're doing with the Harry Potter series. So
I would say Universal tour, though, going around, my favorite thing to do is get a butterbeer, frozen butterbeer.
It's actually pretty good. I don't know
Throw
why
a
people say
shot
it's not.
of Fireball in it. Twist that bad boy up and just get bent on butterbeers, dude.
So did you teach that strategy to Schlatt when you guys all went during G4? Because then he pitched that to me.
I did.
And then several times when I was at Universal, I would always try this on busy days, but I wanted to do this. And it was basically a race from get the frozen butterbeer and then try to race your way from there to the Duff Beer brewery in the Simpsons world. I don't even know what's going to happen to that, by the way, the Simpsons world, because it's not owned by Disney purchased the Simpsons. So I wonder what's going to happen. Or 20th Century Fox.
There might be some cutout so they can keep it. Well, I know Universal is dumping a bunch of resources into Super Mario World.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool. But yeah, I did try to do that. Yeah. And it's good.
It's good.
It's kind of, I will say, as opposed to Disney World, it is remarkably easy to get drunk in Universal. It is shamefully easy to and I'm surprised there hasn't been more problems at that.
It's a pretty fast and loose park.
Yeah,
I mean, they run it pretty tight though, regardless. I don't know. I feel like it's one of the remaining institutions in America that actually works.
Yeah. Yeah. There is a greatest attraction.
Think about it. Think about how many people are being filtered through the crowds, and you don't really get to see a lot of troubles. No. A lot of problems.
Yeah. Why don't we?
Have you been to the Waterworld ride or interactive experience?
Which one? The one, the Jurassic one that we did?
The movie, the 80s movie, Waterworld?
90s movie.
90s.
Oh, wait, hold on. What are we on time?
We're fine.
An hour 10.
Oh, we should cut and then do the...
Oh. Guess what? Nerds.
If you want to know about the Waterworld experience, that was, by the way, one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I will unironically ride for that movie. You're going to have to watch it.
That's right.
On the paywalled episode.
Sign up for the paywall and you get all of this. The paywall. Yeah. That's what we're calling it now.
Looking to get your ass
My mouth has
smacked
been
by
real
Will, Neff, and Hasan?
We are going to spit roast you. That's our new segment. It's called Double Down on the Guest.
We do gay stuff.
Yeah, give me the. Are we in it now?
No, not yet.
Oh,
he's gonna cut it, but hey, you can find that obviously. You can find that obviously at patreon.com/fearand. Last episode, we did some gnarly stuff with the Super Mega Boys where we looked at Keemstar boofing random objects in his butt.
What?
Yeah, you don't even know about this shit, dude.
Keemstar's boofing?
Maybe we'll look at it again on this paywall,
I'm
baby.
going full prezzo. I'm pulling my cock out and walking across the screen like Bigfoot.
So funny. We'll talk about that too.
I fucking love President.
He grows. There's a character arc, but he does strike both the woman and the child.
Yeah, and he drinks his own piss.
Do you hate Korean people?
No.
How much do you hate Korean people, or when did you notice you hate Korean people?
Well, I mean, it all started. No,
All right, time to get naked.